What's up? We got a Shiba 3.0 deck profile today. So as always, any cards shown in this are guaranteed to be in Shiba 3.0. As you can see, this is a Saphira deck with some HIERATICs and some Chaos Boiks. I've been testing this deck for like 2 days straight, trying to fucking get it to work. I think I finally found a build that can win. It's not as competitive as like Dark Magician, but it can beat it. It can beat the best decks in the meta. Well, I don't even know what the meta is, but what I assume are going to be the best decks in the meta. So starting off, you've got Saphira, Queen of Dragons. She, when she's ritual summoned during the end phase, you can either draw 2 cards, then discard 1, or you can discard a random card from your opponent's hand, or add 1 light monster from your graveyard to your hand. She also gets her effect if a light monster was sent to the graveyard during the end phase. So if you've got this card, you can basically keep abusing it by sending this to the graveyard for Saphira, and then Saphira's effect will trigger during the end phase to add this back to hand, and you can keep abusing it. Honest, I'm assuming people know, but if not, when a light monster battles, your light monster gains attack equal to the opponent's monster's attack. Very broken. Obviously works with all the HIERATICs, and there's a few other lights in here. Speaking of the HIERATICs, so this and this are both level 6, which is important because if you tribute them for the ritual summon of your Saphira, you get to spec a normal dragon, which we'll get to later, and then you can make XYZs if you've got another way of putting a level 6 on board, or if you don't mind getting rid of this for a rank 6 XYZ, you can do that. Tefnua is kind of like a cyber dragon, but it kind of attack. Sue is spell and trap removal by tributing another HIERATIC, so it's actually really good, and it's 2200 attack, so it's pretty beefy. You do run the other HIERATICs, so this guy is monster removal by tributing a HIERATIC. It's level 5, so it doesn't work as well with the ritual summoning shenanigans, but still really cool. You can special summon this and this by tributing a HIERATIC monster on the field. So if you've got like a bunch of HIERATICs, you can use this as a middleman to like tribute this, tribute a HIERATIC, sorry, special summon this, then you can tribute this to special summon this. You can do some pretty cool stuff. You've got HIERATIC Dragon of Iset. This one can be normal summoned, which is important for these guys. So if you've got this and one of these, you can make well, if you've got this and this, you can make an XYZ. If you've got this and this, you can normal summon this, tribute spec this, you'll get your level 6, and then if you've got like another HIERATIC in hand, you can tribute it for this effect to pop a monster. You run Light Pulsar Dragon. It's a level 6, which is synergetic, is that what it has synergy with the deck. It's a dragon, which means you can get it back off Red MD, and if you've got Red MD in the graveyard with this on the field, shit's pretty real. You've got this guy, Seleglar, the Luminous Lunar Dragon. You can normal summon it without tributing, but its attack becomes 1500. And then during the main phase, you can quick effect target 1 monster your opponent controls with attack equal to or less than this card. Return this card to the hand and take control of it till the end phase. So it's a pretty versatile card. Level 6 dragon. Good shit, good shit. You run the baby dragons. So this can be special summoned by banishing any dark. And you can use this for like synchro plays, and it'll search the dark version of himself. Very, very good. You've got Eclipse Wyvern. This searches Red MD or Dark Armed Dragon. All you need to do is get it to the graveyard and then banish it, which is very easy to do. Very cool card. So yeah, those were all the Shiba cards, so they're obviously all at 1. Onto the goat cards, which we can run multiples of. We run multiple Manju. I didn't decide to run 3 because it seemed cloggy when I was testing it out, so I think 2's a good number. This is also a light for honest, which is pretty important because your opponent's not going to like torrential this or anything. So if you summon this and they've got a big monster, chances are this is going to survive, and then you can honest beat over their shit. You run 2 Moth, pretty standard. You run Zibulls because it's the best card in the game, except maybe it's Dark Dragon, I don't know. Red MD, you can special summon this with the Hieratic XYZ. You can special summon it from your hand by banishing a dragon, and it's a monster reborn for dragons. It's fucking nutty. And as I say, you can get it with Wyvern. Dark Dragon, if you've got 3 Darks engraved, plonk them out. You can destroy up to 3 cards on the field. Pretty nutty. Darkfire Dragon, this sends a dragon from hand, and then you can send one to grave, I believe, and then banish 1 card and target 1 card in either grave or banish that target. Yeah, so this can be used to like banish a card from your opponent's grave, or you can send your Eclipse Wyvern and banish it, and that way you get to add whatever you banish with it. So either this or this to your hand. Very nice. All at the cost of discarding a dragon, which isn't too steep. You've got Black Dragon Clap Servant, very good for synchro plays with this guy. So this is really good because you can bounce like your Dark Dragon, your BLS, your Red MD, especially Red MD, because when the Hieratic XYZ brings out Red MD, its attack becomes 0. So once you bounce it to hand and bring it out again, it'll be full power. Sangan, stable, such as Manju, such as Magician of Faith. Break of the Magical Warrior, put in here because it's a dark, which is nice for Chaos, and it is Spawn Trap removal, which is super important in this deck because you're putting a lot of resources into your monsters. So if your opponent has Torrential or Mirror Force, you're gonna feel it. Cyber Jaw, I decided to put in here because I want to add all my Hieratics to hand, basically. So what this does is it nukes the board. Each player draws 5 cards. Any level 4 lower monsters you can special summon in face up or face down defense position. Anything else gets added to hand. So because we run a lot of high level monsters, it's basically going to just add a bunch of cards to hand, nuke the board. You don't mind that your opponent's getting cards, really, because you run. The only thing we really care about is spawn traps, and we run a bunch of removal for those. You run Hungry Burger, just as another level 6 XYZ enabler, basically. And you run this guy because you need a normal level 6 dragon, and this one has the highest attack. Out of all the gold format cards, anyway. Onto the spells, we've got Hieratic Seal, adds a Hieratic. Celestial Observatory, place 1 level 6 monster from your hand or face up on the field in the bottom of your deck, draw 2 cards. This card's pretty broken. It can help if you draw this. It can also make it so that when you bring out your Saphira, by tributing a Hieratic, you can keep your Saphira on board, Celestial Observatory away your Luster Dragon number 2 that was brought up by the Hieratic. You get your Saphira effect and you go plus. Pre-preparation of Rites, broken, adds any ritual spell and the matching ritual monster. Preparation of Rites adds the ritual monster, and then if you've got the ritual spell in the graveyard, which doesn't usually happen, but if it does for some reason, you can add it back from the grave. You've got Hymn of Light, Saphira's ritual spell, Graceful and Pot of Greed, and Snatch, all very stable. Soul Exchange, this card's broken because all your Hieratics are high level, as well as the ritual part of this deck synergizes with this because you can Soul Exchange and then tribute your opponent's shit. You've got Spell and Trap removal, Wing Beat of Giant Dragon, return a level 5 or higher dragon type monster you control at the hand. Red MD, Tefnuit, bunch of shit, nuke all spell and traps. Dimension Fusion, this card is busted because you run a bunch of chaos stuff and you can get it all back. Mainly as well, you're banishing like big monsters from your grave to bring out your chaos books like HIERATIC and Red MD and stuff like that, and if you bring them back, it's pretty good. You've got Hamburger Recipe, Demon Cook Boy, and Dust Tornado, just extra spell and trap removal. And now, because I am not going to forget the extra deck this time, we have HIERATIC Dragon King of the Tomb, brings out any dragon. You've got his best friend, Gaia Dragon Thunder Charger. You plonk him on top of this so that you can attack. Constella Telemi M7, I'm assuming that's how that's pronounced. This can add back BLS. Yep. You've got Red Dragon Archfiend, Big Beta, level 8 Synchro. Black Rose Dragon, you make this quite a lot to deal with your opponent's back row before you go for big plays. Light End Dragon, I've not made this yet, but you can make this with a level 5 HIERATIC and the, what's it called, third man. You've got Armades, Keeper of Boundaries, very good card, plays around Mirror Force, plays around Sakaretsu. You've got Leo, the Keeper of the Sacred Tree. I'm not actually sure if you can actually make this, to be honest, but like if your opponent creature swaps something or whatnot, you can make it. Bionic, Dragon of the Ice Barrier, broken level 6, discard as many cards as you want, bounce that many cards. Stardust Dragon, everyone knows what this does. And Goyo Guardian, level 6, when it destroys a monster, you spec it in defense. Very good. So yeah, that's the deck. Join the Discord, like, subscribe. Fuck you!